Welcome to Astrology, the podcast that brings you knowledge, wisdom, and principles that can help you find the peace and comfort we all seek and deserve in our lives. Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for this edition of Astrology with Astrid. We're here to talk about this new moon in Cancer coming in on Monday, July 17th at 10:58 a.m. Pacific time. Now, Cancer is a water sign, and the significance here is that Cancer's home planet is the moon. So if you're feeling extra emotional or extra like you want to feel like you want to stay home a little bit more, cocoon. Also, this energy of Cancer is all about the home, the physical home and your external home, the environment that you live in. And you may feel compelled to clean and to get your house or home in order, so to speak. So generally speaking, each new moon can be looked at as an opportunity to reflect on what has happened and then an opportunity to start, a new cycle. So every month we get to do this. Not all new moons are created equally because that is which sign or house it is sitting in. The sun and the moon, when they are aligned during the new moon will always be in the sign that the sun is in. So we are in Cancer season, so this new moon is in Cancer. So each new moon comes with its frequency, its energy, and its unique characteristics that bring its own personality, so to speak, to the new moon. So start to take note of the sign and see how it really affects your life so that you can harness the full power and potential of the moon. Now, in this axis this time, each zodiac sign has an opposite on the zodiac wheel. Signs are opposite from each other, and they are the exact opposite. The opposites are fire and air and water and earth. So for this case, we've got the water sign of Cancer sitting across the wheel from Capricorn, the earth sign. In astrology, the popular opinion is that opposites really do attract. So the opposite zodiac signs are based on different polarities. I like to think of it as a negative charge and a positive charge. When you bring the two together, energy flows seamlessly. The opposite zodiac signs are based on polarities. They're also known as sister signs, and they're always 180 degrees away from each other on the wheel, and they share a modality. So while their elements are on the opposite spectrum, they do share a modality. So for example, Cancer and Capricorn are both concerned with productivity, getting things done, and both are concerned with their home and their environment. Take a look at where your opposite sign on the wheel sits, and that'll give you more insight to how it affects you mentally and emotionally. So let's get into this. We're talking about the Aries energy for the new moon in Cancer and how each astrological sign will affect you. So again, beginning with Aries. This new moon wants you to nurture yourself. Seek out the ancestral arts, traditions, recipes, or songs that feed you. Surround yourself with the people who feel like home. Cast your spells to secure your dream abode. Recommit to your roots and watch how high you rise. Click your ruby heels twice, close your eyes, and trust this moon will get you there. Taurus. Nurture the practices that help you unswallow your tongue, especially when it's time to express your feelings. Words are spells, and this lush new moon wants you to cast them like you mean it. Cover your mirror with post-it affirmations. Proclaim the contents of your heart to a trusted confidant. Begin that book proposal, script, writing, or affirmation practice. Bend Cosmos's ear with your most deeply felt desires, and don't be surprised if they're returned to you threefold. Gemini, this new moon in Cancer presents an opportunity to flex your abundance mindset. Commit to the money magic coaches and courses that help you take action and make the most of this fertile moment. Invest in your talents. Be your own cheerleader, whether that means saving for an online class or giving yourself time every day to practice your skills. It pays to be generous with yourself. Cancer, this new moon presents the opportunity for a deeply personal rebirthing. Whatever feels right on a soul level demands your investigation. Consider the coaching, passion project, or inner call that can broaden your horizons. Imposter syndrome can feel real, but trust that its grip on you will always recede like the tide as you step deeper into a role in your life and in the world. Can you care less or not at all about the approval of others? Leo, this new moon in Cancer asks you to observe the emotional sea junk the tide is hauled onto your psychic shores. As this is such a sweet lunation, now is the time to bring ample self-compassion to patterns of self-undoing. Sometimes growth and wild expansion can stir up the most fear of all. It's more than okay to retreat into your lion's den until the wave passes. Just remember that post the storm, the skies are wildly clear and the horizons all the more welcoming. Virgo, this new moon in Cancer wants you to recommit to the networks that you help expand. Because folks want to gather around and join your cause right now, you can more easily swell your audience or rally the collective towards an aim. Abundance awaits when communal care is the focus, and there is much honey to be tapped within these hives. Find your place within the fertile ecology of your networks and spread this joy around. Libra, this new moon in Cancer wants you to digest the truth that you're already wildly successful. Now is the time to chart your course towards the vocation, career, or life directions that centers bounty and abundance. The path of least resistance can sometimes be the hardest of all to trust. However, this lush moon reminds you that the world is on tenterhooks, waiting for your unique gifts. Don't leave them hanging. Race your bliss there. Scorpio, this new moon, allow the horizons of future success to beckon you forward. Befriend your intuition when you wonder which way to go next. When you get quiet, what does your gut say? Where in your life is there a current of energy, and how can you jump in that stream? Whether it's falling in love with learning a new wisdom tradition, figuring out how to lucid dream, or setting off a wild new adventure, this new moon wants you to stretch yourself. Sagittarius, this new moon brushes off the terms and conditions of everything you share with close others. If there's an outstanding debt to clear, psychological or material, trust that you have the right to feel whatever bubbles up from beneath the surface. Just remember, you're never stuck in a feeling forever. This moon is also a lush one that wants to help you receive what you need. Put out your feelers in terms of the collaborators, investors, stipends, benefits, or grants that will support your growth. Squeaky wheel gets the honey. Capricorn, the new moon in Cancer asks you to begin again in your closest relationship. If there's time for a heart-to-heart with a heaping side of vulnerability, it's now. Your nearest and dearest are all ears. You could also use this lush cosmic moment to make your relationship wish list, and absolutely no holding back. What are the top shelf qualities in your ideal bestie, lover, or collaborator? Just by putting this in writing signals that you're ready for this relational honey. Aquarius, this new moon in Cancer will green light a work contract, period of apprenticeship, or professional opportunity that is full of promise. Whatever sweat and toil is calling you now, it's important that this work blissfully absorbs you. At the very least, you should clock out with a glow of satisfaction. The nature of your working life may have its cycles, but this is a fertile moment. Gather the tools, people, and resources you need to flow with this expansion. Pisces, this new moon in Cancer will fill your cup and nurture your creative hatchlings. Luna brings all the muses to the yard and even some gate crashers. Remember that curiosity reaps major rewards when it comes to the creative process. Trust the activities, hobbies, and diversions that seem time melting away into the honey of pure absorption. Joy is its own practice. Truly, no strings attached to this bliss. I want to thank Chani Nichols for these amazing and powerful words by zodiac sign for this new moon in Cancer. I leave you with these thoughts about Cancer energy that we can all tap into. Cancer helps us to adjust to life's changing waters. Cancer is the sign of the mother. The shadow side of Cancer is to have us dig our heels into the sand or go into our shell, so be aware of that. Cancer helps us be sensitive to beauty, more loving and nurturing to ourselves. Cancer is about bringing that nurturing self-love back into ourselves and into the light. It's time to create a sanctuary or sacred space in your home and in your mind and heart. It's time to really tune into your gut level of intuition because, again, Cancer is the home planet is the moon, and the moon is the planet for high intuition. Where do you need more time and space to create more health care and spiritual rituals so that you find the peace, the joy, and the abundance that you so desire? Finally, on the new moon, within the first 10 hours of the new moon coming in, write your desires. This is very potent and powerful to do it on day 1 on July 17th, Pacific Standard Time by 10:30 p.m. Thank you so much for listening to this edition of Astrology. I look forward to having you listen to the next episode. And until then, happy new moon in Cancer. Namaste. Thank you for listening to Astrology. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to help support the podcast, please hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about it by sharing this program on social media. You can also follow me on Instagram at Coda Life Goddess or at codalife.com. Coda is C-O-T-A, Coda Life Goddess or codalife.com. Thank you again for listening to Astrology, and I'll see you next time.